Cool, it's going. Hey guys, what's up? Evilzombie here. So we're back in. I can't remember what the title of this was, but you will see it on that title, and you clicked on it. So good job. Because prepared DM. so, so it's wasn't it called the probably something not very good podcast or the DND play or something? I can't remember. I remembered it earlier today. But hey, we're back for episode 2, and we're going to have some fun, and I really need to kill them because he reminded me a little while ago that he will get an extra attack if he levels up again. And he'll get level 3 spells. And then we'll have a harder time killing him. And he keeps protecting the freaking meat shield I gave him 5 levels ago. I threw it in the middle of Orcus's face. I threw it in the middle of every other battle in the world, and they keep throwing him out of the way.
Yeah, he survived 2 dragons at once. Because we all survived 2 dragons at once.
Pretty much. It's not for lack of me trying to murder him. It's like, oh, I gave them someone with too much HP. Crap. He's a little bit too much. I think he's at 173 for his max.
173?
Yep. Oh, yeah. He's a monk,
Wow.
and he has pretty good, he is pretty good on armor defense, and he's pretty beastly. And he has a natural speed of 55. So, yeah.
Yeah, you made a really broken meat shield, and we love it.
Yeah. What have I done? But it's
just
been
don't-
fun. I also made sure to prepare and print out a stat sheet for Brimlick just so I don't have to make up anything or guess numbers or try and remember anything because I have it all printed.
Ah, good call.
They're short-time guest. Okay, so last time they left the town to aid the dwarves where their mountain was taken over by a green dragon. And, yep, they were walking right in. If I remember correctly, were you walking right in?
No, we...
Or did you climb up?
Yeah, I teleported up with my gourd.
Oh, yeah, with the gourd of teleportation.
Yeah. So I was looking around, I saw the dragon moving around in there, and then we went right in.
Ah, and then you went right in. Okay.
We were trying to be sneaky, but if I recall, Heyu didn't do so well on his stealth.
Nope, he rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, that would be not so well. So,
So he kind of yelled it, stomped around a bit, stepped on things.
yeah, yelling out, "I'm being stealthy!"
Nothing will catch me.
And then, I think we wrapped it right there with the sound of something coming.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so I have the large metal D20, and I'm going to roll this for the DM roll to see how things will go. Okay, moderate. I got a 7 on the dice.
Okay. That's fair.
I can live with that. If I roll a nat 20, I really like when I roll nat 20s.
I know you do. That's when you throw 2 dragons at us.
Or when I get let a god be captured and let their area of the world die.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, so rolled that. Now we're going to move on, and I need this stat sheet. No, I have it up on the computer here. Okay. So, as you guys are in, you hear the sound of something swoosh in from behind, and a shadow blocks the entranceway. And
Wait,
then you hear
Circled around behind us?
you hear several things.
Several things. Okay.
So a shadow casts over the entranceway,
Mm-hmm.
and it's dimly lit in here. It's not dark because there are torches. It's relatively recent when this was taken over. So there are torches still lit in the area.
And isn't there a giant hole in the ceiling kind of letting some light in?
Yeah, that's kind of like a beam of light going to one area.
Gotcha.
But it still kind of lets a dim light where you guys are. You're not so far
Okay.
where you're right in the beam of light or anything.
All right.
And then you have, you do hear the sound of more scampering, more like loud thuds rapidly moving in the front, near the front of you guys.
Okay. As soon as Heyu starts making a racket and I hear commotion on all sides, you said there's like buildings and stuff kind of around.
Yep,
Like
kind of
walking down
a nice village
street,
with stone
right?
buildings.
Mm-hmm. All right. I want to grab my balls and get inside one of those buildings as quickly as possible.
I don't know if they have any context for the balls.
But we don't have ball context yet?
I don't know if we've told them about it. That just
All
sounds
right.
great. You just said you grab your balls and run to the building. He has balls. He has two metal balls that allow him to pass through walls and solid objects.
Yeah, it's a magical item that was tied into my backstory. We'll do
I
like
just
a behind the
realized that.
players or something later. But yeah, if I grab both of these metal spheres, then I can phase through solid objects up to 10 feet. And yeah, so I'm going to do that and use all of my roguiness to hide as best I can.
Okay, and you took the others with you, right? Or you
Can I
guys
take
just
people
left?
with me?
I don't think you can take people with you. I don't think we set that
We
as a
haven't
rule.
established that, I don't think.
I don't think we ever actually talked about that, but I just assume it's just you. Because you're
Yeah,
the rogue.
so
Otherwise, it would
that
be
was.
far too broken.
Mhm.
But you can easily, travel through 10 feet of solid object with them.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to get inside one of the buildings. Um, and then Laya, being, Laya,
Mhm.
she's going to use her message cantrip and call me and say, hey, where did you go? And I'm going to reply back, I have an idea. Get the dragon talking.
Alright. And then, let's see. Okay, so this is all happening within that just a few seconds of time, I'm assuming. Like, you just kind of
Right.
rushed it. And then
So
Heiyu is
I'm,
completely oblivious and is just still proudly walking forward.
and I don't know what Brimlick's doing.
Rimlick's just kind of standing there in place and then looked back and then looked at Heiyu and tried to chuck a rock at him just now. I'm actually going to roll to see if that rock hits.
Go for it.
Ooh, yeah, it does. It nails him in the head. So Heiyu stops for a moment. And then a nice loud voice, thanks to that stealth throw. Ow, why did you do that to me? I'm not evil. Do I look green? Don't answer that. And then there's some slowed down footsteps that are like thunks on the ground, just going towards them from the cave entrance.
Okay.
The sound is stopped from the front of them.
Mm-hmm. So the sound in front of us stopped, and there's sounds coming from behind us.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to stay hidden because I have a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it's a plan. I imagine Laya would turn around using her elfie dark vision and or stodgy to try and see what's coming up behind them.
Yeah, she could definitely see what's happening. Actually, all of them could see. You would be the only one that really would have a hard time seeing anything.
Mm-hmm. And I'm hiding.
Yep, you're hiding. I mean, and it's dim lighting, so I think you're able to see, 20 feet in dim light?
It might be 30, but we'll go with 20.
I couldn't remember how far it was in dim. In,
I think it's like
darkness to them, it's
half.
like... In darkness, they would be able to see, it's dim, and in dim, it's like daytime to them.
Yeah.
There's plenty of light for them to see everything. So, Laya can easily see that they're... I always tell you, because you're also playing for your wife right now as well.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. She sees a young green dragon right behind them. That's getting closer. It's about the height of two horses.
Okay.
It's not like a gigantic freaking dragon. It's a young one, so it's more like a wagon kind of.
Okay.
And then you have one of them sitting on top of a building just down the street, and then you have they can see another one just on the street in front of them also. That's
So
just
there's
sitting
two
there.
young dragons.
Yeah, they're all the same age. They all look like they're pretty young.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So,
And are you guys just having a whole conversation? Like she's telling you what's happening, play by play? What's happening?
Yeah, I think she would, once she saw that there was two young dragons behind us and a thumping sound ahead, she would message that to me, and I would just kind of say something along the lines of, "Well, crap," because you can only talk back once with message, right?
Yes. And where is it? I'm
And
going
it's
to need
25 words or
them.
less within
Yes.
a
I'm
hundred
going to
foot.
need each of them to make, not you, because you're out of the area. I'm going to need
Mhm.
Laya, hey you, and Brimlick to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Stodgy as well.
Actually, yeah, Stodge would have to as well.
Okay.
What is his
So I'm gonna
HP, by
roll
the way?
for Stodgy's HP.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
I'm pulling it up now. I say pulling it up. I'm looking at the sheet. He has 59 HP to go off of.
59 HP? Okay. I'm getting out my 12d6 that I need.
Oh my Jesus!
And these is the young ones.
All right.
Okay, that's enough. I'm just
So
getting them all out and
let's
lining
see.
them all up.
My con save is +1.
It's a DC 14 Constitution.
Okay, Laya fails.
And for you.
Dodgy succeeds.
Ooh, hey, you got a nat 20.
Nice.
Did you say Stodgy succeeds?
Yeah, Stodgy saves. Laya fails.
Okay. And Brimlick, Brimlick failed. He got a 3. You know, 3 on the dice. He doesn't have enough of an improvement on that.
Ouch.
Does he? Oh crap! He has a +6, but it's still not enough. Okay. Yeah, he failed. Okay. So everyone that succeeded takes half the damage, but okay, do I want to do 12d6 or just do 42 for the even number? I'll do the actual roll because that's probably proper. Okay, so everyone that failed. Oh, I dropped the dice. What does it say? That one says 4. Hold on.
I am holding on.
It's going to open up a calculator on here. So everyone can see that I'm being fair. +6 +5 +4 +1 +4 +2 +2 +2 +4 +6 +6. Oh, it actually came out to 46, which I think is actually... Oh, the other number was 42, so it's not that much higher than the one I had. That was the default.
Okay. So 46 damage for failed save?
Yeah, failed save is 46, and half that, so 23 on a successful save.
Okay. So that brings
I don't think a nat 20 has to take any damage, right?
So saith the DM.
I can't remember the rule for that. I thought the nat 20 is just an absolute success in everything. At least that's just kind of how I've been playing it.
Up to you.
That sounds pretty fair, just D&D wise. I figure if you have a nat 20, that's absolute success.
Yeah. And I mean, if you nat 1, then it would be
Absolute
more
failure.
damage.
Yeah. Everything is worse than nat 1, so if you do an acrobatics check and want to run up a wall, then if you roll nat 20, I'll let you backflip up that wall if you want.
Alright, so that brings Stodgy's HP down to
Brimlick takes
23 damage for him?
Yeah, and Brimlick
Okay.
takes... He failed, so he takes the full 46. 76 minus 30 minus 46, so he's down to 30.
Mm-hmm. And then Stodgy pipes up in Laya's head because he can do telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I didn't much care for that, now did I?
Love it. And everybody else just kind of hears a little purr of a dragon.
Mm-hmm. A slightly annoyed sounding purr.
Like a cat trying to get into a cat bin, a cat cage.
Yeah.
And hey, you did the nat 20. So yeah, we got everyone's stuff. You have not taken any damage because you are in a building.
Right.
and you're out of their 30-foot cone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the damage they have taken. And there's a green colored mist just in the air for a couple seconds as it starts to fade away.
Ooh.
And they are poisoned.
I don't think we like that.
Wait, actually, well, it says it does poison damage. It doesn't say that it makes them poisoned specifically, so I don't think they are poisoned. I know there's damage, but it doesn't say they are poisoned.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we like that better.
Yeah.
Maybe if you
normally
nat
they're
one
pretty
on the
specific.
saving throw, you get poisoned.
Hmm?
Maybe if you nat one on the saving throw, you get the poison condition.
That sounds pretty fair. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because normally they're pretty specific on saying if they have a condition set or not.
Yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, like lightning damage would always paralyze you.
Yeah.
And no.
And the ones in the front area, the one in the street and the one in the building are not doing anything. They're sitting there waiting.
Okay, so they weren't the ones who attacked.
No, the one from behind that was by the door. That was going forward.
Wait.
Remember, there's one from behind. The shadow blocked the door.
Mm-hmm.
And they heard the sound coming from the front. There was one on the building up ahead, and there was one down the street that was close to them, and it stopped.
Okay, I had that reversed in my head.
Oh, you had it
that...
behind you? Because you guys are still relatively close to the entrance.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that the young ones were between us and the entrance.
Oh, no. There's one young one that's behind you guys by the entrance.
There's one young one behind us.
And then there's the two ones farther on.
And two further on. So there's 3 total.
3 total.
Okay.
The one on the building is a little farther on, like 50 feet farther down the road on the building.
Okay, and there's no sign of the big one?
No sign of the big one yet.
Okay.
And there are lots of houses going down this road. There's, yeah, you can tell it's a pretty big cutout in this mountain.
Yeah. Let's see here. So I'm having a thought here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wanting to know if you'll allow it. Stodgy, being a pseudo-dragon, speaks Draconic.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he does.
Yeah, because dragon.
Yeah, because dragon.
So, with his telepathic link with Laia, could he, basically feed that the phrases that he wants to say?
Could he Google Translate for her? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, basically. Can he be Google Translate for Laia so she can talk to these dragons?
Oh, that sounds like a good idea. You'll probably need that a lot in the future. So. It sounds like a pretty good idea, but I don't think that he'd be able to forward it to everyone else's head automatically.
Well, no,
so it'd mostly
like,
just be her, and then she would tell you what's up.
Yeah, just between them, so then she could communicate with the dragons and say like, "Hey, what are you doing here? What are you attacking? Blah blah blah." Would you allow that?
Yeah, I think I'd allow that. That's a pretty good idea, and that's pretty fair because she does communicate directly with him.
Okay.
I mean, sure, it says that he talks through images, but that's close enough. He's telepathic.
But
He's
also
a smart
on
dragon. Oh yeah, he leveled up.
Yeah, he leveled up, so he has improved telepathy. He can communicate in words with its companion.
Yeah, because he leveled up. That sounds fair. I'd allow that.
All right.
Google Translate Stodgy.
All right, Google Translate Stodgy.
Just careful pressing that button.
All right, so I'm not gonna talk back and forth between them. I'm just gonna say like, Laia, with Stodgy's help, asks in Draconic, "Why are you attacking us?"
Okay.
In the loudest voice she can.
I'm not sure if I can do a dragon voice. I can turn up my bass really high. Try.
Oh, turn up your bass really high and then talk in a high timbre.
The one that ran off has something that we want.
How did that come out?
Who ran off?
What?
Okay, so Laya's going to ask again in Draconic with Staji's help. Who ran off? What is it? Maybe we can help.
There were more of you just now. The other one has a weapon we've heard of. We want it. Leave that and you can live.
Laya says, okay, Laya wouldn't lie. Like, she's too honest.
Yeah, she kind of has her own unwritten moral code somehow.
Yeah.
I think she's lawful good, isn't she?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I can check.
It sounds about right for the character we've been doing.
Lawful neutral, actually.
Oh, okay.
So she follows the laws no matter what, whether it's good for her or bad for her. So that's the worst possible thing.
She's a tool.
But Laya is going to say, you'll, again, in Draconic, you'll have to be more specific. He tends to carry a lot of weapons, and some of them are pretty special.
There's a sword that has powers that much of us dragons have. We want it, and we can be enough to make Mother proud.
How's the voice coming across?
It's coming across awesome. Is it hurting your throat?
No, I can do that all day. I practice death metal growls.
All right, killer.
Folks like coffee.
Okay, then Laya's going to say, what is she going to say? Well, she will say something like, well, it's not mine to give. What assurance do we have that you won't just kill us?
All of us dragons are such marvelously proud creatures. Would we lie? Look me in the
And
eye.
at that moment, okay, no.
He says look him in the eye, and then he walks forward a little bit and opens his eye really wide at you, at them.
So
He's not as massive as a big dragon either, so it doesn't look as impressive as he's hoping it would.
Mm.
It's kind of like a teenager trying to act big.
okay, so this is one of the young ones that's talking.
Yes, it's one of the young ones talking. You're talking to the young one that just blew that breath.
Okay, so Laya is going to message and give me a short play-by-play. Like, okay, I got one of them talking. They want your, sword of doom, and they say they'll let us live if we leave it. And at that point, now that I am, caught up, from my hidden position, I'm going to cast Zone of Truth on this dragon.
What's the DC?
And using my 9th level Arcane Trickster Rogue ability, since I'm casting a spell from a hidden position, he has disadvantage on the save.
Oh, sweet mercy. What's the DC on it?
My spell save DC is a number that I'm going to tell you right now because it's on my character sheet, and that is... That can't be right. No, yeah, it's 13.
Okay, and what kind of save?
It's a charisma save. I just had it pulled up. Hold on. Zone of Truth. Charisma saving throw.
Okay, charisma. And you said it's a 13?
DC 13, charisma saving throw with disadvantage.
With disadvantage? Okay, so I rolled a 9 on that one. I rolled a 5 on that one, so I have to take the 5 plus 5, 10. I still failed.
Nice.
So, Zone of Truth is cast on him successfully. He cannot lie anymore.
He cannot lie. And since I didn't say anything,
And
since Laya
what's the
messaged
range
me,
on this, by the way?
That is...
Everybody within how far?
It is... Here, I'll just read the text of the spell. You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such creatures can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
Okay. This is a good
And it's
dragon
a
to do
60-foot
that to.
range, I don't even have line of sight.
Green is a good one to do this to. I forgot you had that spell. Okay, so it's within 15 feet. I'd say the Brimlick's also within that range because he was the farthest back. The rest of the group is away from it enough.
Right. So, are you going to roll the save for Brimlick just for funsies?
Yeah, he is in that range. That's also going to be hilariously fun. Oh, he rolled a 19 on the dice with that one. He rolled a 7 on the dice with the other one, so I have to take that. Saving throw for charisma is -1. So
Okay.
okay, so I got a 6 for him. He failed. He also can't. He also can't lie. He will be bluntly truth with everything.
All right. So, Laya sends the message saying, all this stuff. I cast Zone of Truth, and then I respond to her message saying, I just cast Zone of Truth on this guy. Try to get some answers out of him.
All right, so what's she going to ask the dragon?
And then she's going to say, I don't know. Would you? And just kind of raise her eyebrow.
Well, of course I would probably kill all of you. I mean, why am I saying this? You look so delicious, but I'm really not sure if I'm allowed.
Laya's going to ask, how many dragons are in this cave?
Oh, that's a pretty good question. I'd say maybe 20 or more. There's only one that you should just not even bother with.
Wait, 20 or more?
They breed. It's a big cave.
But they don't spawn like goldfish.
Yeah, she brought everybody with her.
Okay, so...
She kind of just laid her nest here and brought everyone from the other one here.
Okay, so you know that and I know that.
It's the DM just talking to you directly. In the backstory, this dragon took over and had the rest of her family basically follow her into this place and just made it her home. This is pretty much now her lair with a few dwarves that are captive in it.
So Laya's going to turn to Brimlick and say, you told us there was a dragon in here.
Oh, wait, I don't need his voice. I don't need that voice. As Brimlick suddenly hits puberty at 80 years old. There was only one dragon before, but I left pretty early on. Maybe more arrived. When I was here, it was just the massive one that, had me come get you.
Okay, so the massive one told you to come get us. And you wandered around for a few days, found us in Phandalin, and then we came here, and now there's 20 or more dragons along with the giant one.
That's what it sounds like, yes.
Okay.
Maybe they're all just young and stupid. I bet if we smash this one's head in, maybe it will send a signal to the rest. I don't know. It looks small enough.
And then Laya's going to turn to the one that was Zone of Truth. And she's going to say, what's stopping us from just killing you and leaving?
That must reach.
I might be able to offer you lots of gold, and I won't tell anybody. Just leave your sword and be on your way. I can tell you where you can become rich.
Okay. Laya's going to ask them.
And he is in Zone of Truth
know
as
what
well.
What's that?
I said, and he is in Zone of Truth as well.
Yeah. So Laya's going to ask him, just out of curiosity, do you know what this sword looks like? Because like I said, he has a lot of swords.
The tales of the battles against all the demon lord speak of a sword that burns with the fires of hell. So apparently it's on fire.
Okay. So Laya's going to take a minute and communicate that to me. Just what's happened so far, because all I'm hearing is growling and
Yeah,
Laya
you just hear him going.
growling sound. Yeah. So Hook's going to respond to the message that she sends and say, I have another idea.
Wait, so she's going to say that to the dragon?
No. He's going to say, I have another idea, but it's risky. When the time comes, we need to run. And I mean run.
The dragon's just kind of looking at her, waiting patiently.
And then I am going to grab my balls, face through the wall again, appear. And I'm still holding concentration on the spell because I think it lasts for up to 10 minutes as long as I can hold my concentration. So I'm going to come out, hold up my Burning Blaze longsword.
I see what you did there. I
I'm
do
going
remember
to-
that sword, you Mr. Doom guy.
I know, right? So I'm going to ignite it, let it, burn with fire and be all impressive and stuff. And I'm just going to say, you want it? Go get it. And throw it as far away from the dragon as I can. And then I'm going to tell everyone to run. And we're going to try and make for the exit.
You guys going to run to the exit?
Yeah, assuming there's an opening that we can get through.
The sword!
And I had to do the voice, sorry. And he scampers off chasing it, and then you see the one on the building stays there, they see, but the one that was in the street jumps into the back alley, and then it looks like he's following the other one.
Okay, and we are booking it for daylight.
Okay. That's how you're able to make it out there successfully in time. You weren't that far off from the door.
Okay.
Okay, so you made it out into daylight, and yeah. And now they have a sword that's on fire.
Yep, they have a sword
It's
that's on
not
fire.
anywhere near as powerful as the other sword.
Nope,
But they don't know that.
but they don't know that. And
Then Brimlick, as he is coming up, because he has shorter legs than the rest of you, you hear him say, "Oh, I wish I had time to go back and get another pair of pants." Why did I say that just now?
oh, it's only a 15-foot radius, so he left the area.
Oh, it's only in that spot or not affecting the people for farther? Oh,
It's
it's
not
just in
affecting-
that area. Okay, Zone of Truth. I forget the
Yeah.
rules of that spell. I've never played as a wizard or anybody that has spells. Mostly I just run up and smack people. Okay, so he doesn't say that.
And then,
God.
we're going to, get on our horses and just ride, head for home.
Okay. So, as you're riding, he looks pretty down, but he says to you, "Do you think there's anybody left in my hometown that's possibly alive?" There's a lot of dragons, it sounds like.
Possibly. I know because my spell worked, and I know it worked. I know that dragon was telling the truth. There are upwards of 20 dragons in that cave. If there are survivors, it's going to be basically a suicide mission to get them out. If it's even possible, especially with the big one in there. It sounds like, the big one that's moved in, made your home its lair, and we're not geared to fight 20 dragons by ourselves. Like, that would be ridiculous.
Well, he just silently nods. He's not really saying anything. He's gotten pretty quiet. You can't really tell what his facial expression is under all the hair. Because he has a lot of beard.
All right.
It's whipping in different directions because of the wind.
So, we survived that. Holy crap. Like, I was sweating bullets that whole time, dude.
I wasn't gonna throw the ancient dragon at you that early. This is a note from DM to player, not characters. They're mostly just young dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Those aren't as bad. I mean, they do a crap ton of damage when they actually hit, but
yeah, that 12d6 poison.
I forgot what the big one does for its poison. Oh, never mind. The big one has a DC 22 Constitution saving throw and 22 d6 damage on the poison breath.
Wow. Let me see here. The only way it's mathematically possible for me to meet that is to roll a nat 20. Because I have a +2 to Constitution. If I roll a 19, I fail.
So you have to nat 20 it.
Yeah.
That's a beastly freaking dragon, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is now that dragon's lair.
Okay. So, I want to look behind us and ask Laya to have Stodgy kind of keep an eye on our rear and make sure they're not coming after us.
All right, and I don't know how far was Stodgy's teleportation range or telepathy range? Because maybe he could at least hear them from at least up to a certain distance. Wasn't it like 100 feet?
100 feet for the telepathy.
Okay, I don't know how far you guys are. You guys are racing with the horses, so you're probably farther than that by now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just mean, I want him to fly up and keep an eye behind us.
Okay, just kind of...
So that if they do start coming at us, we'll have a...
Yeah, bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Okay, so far there's been nothing behind you guys.
All right.
Live in a few minutes.
I'm going to go ahead and cross off that Burning Blaze longsword off my character sheet.
It's a good thing you never throw anything away.
Right? Okay.
That's good.
So that's going to be something we'll have to deal with.
And you've survived another massive encounter. You didn't get greedy for XP.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, when I told you last week that I had a shenanigan in mind, did you have any idea what I was going to pull? Just player to DM.
Well, when you were in the going in?
Yeah, when I wanted to grab my balls, go in there, and do a zone of truth.
I just figured you'd probably cast and visit. I'll check that later. I just figured you were just going to cast invisibility and step off to the side for a second and wait to see what happened. I didn't know you were going to grab the balls and actually completely disappear to a building.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you were going to do something roguelike. Either that or you're going to
Yeah.
divine smite the crap out of everybody.
Well, I can do that too. Because even though I don't have third level spells, I have third level slots because I'm multi-classing. So I can do third level smites.
I half expected you to do a sneak attack with that.
I was tempted when I
Because his
thought it was
attention
just
was
like 2 or
completely
3.
on them.
Yeah. Like, if it was just the 2 or 3 of them, I would have been like, okay, maybe we can take it. But when he said, oh, there's 20 dragons around?
Let's spread throughout a whole city, you know?
Well, yeah. But still, I mean, fighting makes noise, and dragons have good hearing, especially in their lairs.
That's true.
So, yeah.
You could probably take one out per very, very successful attack round.
Mhm.
If you guys all really well in each one very successfully, I think you could take one out each round.
Mhm.
More or less.
But that's like 20 god rounds of combat that we'd have to survive.
Yep.
And then an ancient dragon on top of that.
True. The ancient dragon's the scary one.
Mhm.
A little bit. He's not a Trask.
Right. Although I did just potentially piss off a green dragon.
We'll
And
we'll
by
see.
potentially, I mean, definitely did.
We'll see how that comes
Okay.
back. I just gotta look up layer rules real quick. Yes, okay.
I think it's like whatever crazy crap it is happens on a set initiative.
I'm pretty sure that dragons that have a lair know everything that happens inside their lair.
Mm.
If I remember correctly. I'll look that one up later because this is something's going to come back later.
Right.
Yeah. Because right now they just got it and are bringing it back over to them by now, probably.
Okay. And meanwhile, we are hauling hoof, trying to create distance. And like I said, I think we're just heading for home, heading back to Phandalin.
Yep.
Getting back to our terra firma.
And as you're going, Stodgy doesn't see anything from behind, but just off to the side, he does see one of the young green dragons attacking animals in the forest. Like literally cornering a bunch of them and just kind of munching down on a couple of them.
Gotcha.
Yep, and that's not right in your path. That's a little off to the side.
It's off to the side. Okay, Laya is a wood elf. She
You
neutral.
wouldn't know any of this. It would probably just be something that he would beam to her head.
Right. I'm trying to gauge how Laya would respond to it.
Yeah, like would she just let it be because it's dragon and animals in natural order, or would she just veer off? Or would she just kind of inform everybody and figure out the group?
She would probably tell everybody. Because if she just goes running off, actually, delusions of grandeur, she absolutely would go running off on her own.
Character
Like,
flaw.
Yeah, I'm going to lean into that just because, kind of have to.
I'm going to hide the calculator because I had it up still.
Although, okay, when we were leaving, when we were heading towards Neverwinter, and those gnomes were gambling on the side of the road, but I had a mission to do.
Mm-hmm.
I let myself do a wisdom saving throw just to, see if I could resist the urge.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do the same thing for Laya. So
see if she can resist the urge to help.
If she can resist the urge to go and be a hero for these animals.
Okay, so it's kind of okay. I can allow that. That's a clever way of looking at it. Because it's your obsession and compulsion to gamble, maybe it's her compulsion to help things within her territory.
Be the hero of her own story.
So she is a ranger and a wood elf.
So it's a 6 on the dice. Let's see. She's a ranger, so her wisdom should be pretty decent.
Is she
+6 to wisdom, so that's a 12.
+6?
Yeah.
Wow.
For her wisdom save, yeah. Wait a minute.
Wow. I was actually going to say it's like a DC 11, but I think she passed it.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't be that hard of a DC to pass. Because it is a
I think
pretty...
it might have actually gone up when her proficiency bonus went up, but I'll look into that later. She passed.
6. Wow.
So she's going to say to the group, like, hey, there's a young dragon over there munching on animals, basically telling us everything that you just said. And I'm going to say, okay, good. He's over there. We're going to go that way.
Okay.
And then she's going to be like, yeah. Like, she's not happy about it, but she is, listening to cooler heads.
Because you don't want to attract unwanted attention kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys avoid that encounter, and you go off in a different direction. So now you are heading... Let's see, I think you're heading south right now.
No, we were heading south to
before.
get
You
to the
headed
cave.
south to get over there, yeah, to the mountain area?
Yeah.
Or to the hills?
So we're heading kind of northwest, if I recall correctly.
That sounds right. I have the map down there. But
Yeah.
That does sound right from the area, because you were near Phandalin.
Mhm.
Or you were in Phandalin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and there's the mountain range right below them.
All right.
All right. So going back the rest of the way, you really don't encounter anything else. Rimlick hasn't really talked the entire time. Hey was just kind of spouting on, saying, those looked pretty evil. I bet if we go back later on, we can defeat them all. We'll go back with some bigger weapons, and I'll get sharper spikes in my boot, and we'll be ready.
We'll get you sharper spikes. We'll get some more help.
Maybe we'll bring a cannon.
What's a cannon?
I don't know. I hear something from different country where they just load up explosive powder and launch balls at things.
That sounds noisy.
Noisy things can be fun. Maybe we can get Not You to launch a tree at them.
Now that I understand.
Tree kicking's a great weapon. It can't be better than that.
Okay. So,
this is generally how his
laugh.
mind works.
And, I just kind of let that fall where it is. We head the rest of the way back to Phandalin. And as we're getting closer to home, what time of day is it, give or take?
So you left still in the morning time when it was in the morning. Because you met him at breakfast, you got geared up, and then you left, you went over there. It wasn't too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple hours. So you did that, assessed it. I'd say it's mid-afternoon by now.
Okay. So...
And you've been booking it to get back.
Yeah, we've been booking it to get back.
It's like 2 to 3 p.m.
As we get closer to home, I think we'd probably slow our pace a little bit. We don't want the horses to get too winded. Just kind of, not to a leisurely trot or anything, but like we're not riding hard anymore. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You slowed down. It's more leisurely because you're not in dire urgency to get away from something at the moment.
And then I want to pull up next to Brimlick. Like, I want to maneuver my horse so that we're within speaking distance. And I want to say, like, look, I hope you understand the judgment calls we had to make in there. We are not geared to face a whole clutch of dragons.
He looks down, but he doesn't look that sad right now. He looks very serious.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "You're right, we're not ready right now. But I might travel to some neighboring cities, dwarf cities, and see how many I can amass. And I will just attack it with sheer numbers. We can overthrow the entire mountain. If not, then we will crush it down on top of that dragon."
if you march an army in there, those dragons... I'm not questioning your resolve. I'm really not. I'm saying that we need to take out the big one before the other ones have a chance to weaken everyone. So
I need to find very strong fighters.
if there are survivors, then they're probably among the strongest and most enduring of your clan, right?
Either that or the most cowardly. One or the other.
I've never heard of a cowardly dwarf.
No, you're right. We're not gnomes.
So, if they can survive this long, they can survive a little longer. Go to the dwarf cities. Tell them that you're going to mount a frontal attack and convince as many as you can to get there. While you're doing that, while that attack is taking place, I and my party will take out the big one. And we'll find any survivors that we can. I'll get help from every ally we have. I have friends at the monastery. We can make this work. But we need that distraction. We need you and the biggest dwarven army you can assemble to come at them head on while we come in from the side and take out the main threat. We will fight the greater evil. And as he says, fight the greater evil, the Torm symbol on his gauntlet glows just a little bit because that's one of the tenets of the Oath of Vengeance.
And you could almost hear Heyu's armor ting-ting from the nipples just getting perky from the evil, slay evil moment. Heyu perks up. Slay evil. For those that don't know, Heyu's entire purpose in life is to crush evil under his boot of justice. He wears a cloak because he thinks it's a cape. Pretty much.
All right. And I'll tell him, like, now that we know what we're up against, we'll have a better shot next time. So go get your dwarves, go get your army, and send me word when you're ready. And we'll be ready.
He just nods sternly at you. He grabs his beard and brushes it briefly with his fingers, and it doesn't really do anything at all. It actually kind of messed it up even more. He finds a piece of bread inside it and throws it out. He just nods and just kind of turns the horse and starts going off towards one of the other mountains in the distance. He says,
"All right.
We have cousins over in that direction. There's another city. It's not as grand, but we have more, and I'll just go to as many as I can. Doors come together pretty easily.
You know where to find us.
Yes.
And we'll be ready.
Now I won't wander around anymore. I know where to find you. Hopefully we'll have another dragon to feed an army of dwarves next time."
Oh yeah, I'll have Toblin whip up a whole batch of steaks.
The armor looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think you could look good in some green.
Let's see if we can piss off the god of the dragons herself. And laugh in her face as we skin that thing alive for killing my people. And with that, he smiles. You see the mustache go up on both sides of the beard. You still actually haven't seen more than his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just rides off.
Nice.
And the oversized hammer that's as big as him is clanking, and it's kind of hitting the horse as it's going. Because he's very short.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yeah, it's kind of hanging down below where his butt is, so it's kind of just bang, bang, bang.
Nice.
Poor horse. At least that's just how I'm picturing his riding.
Sounds good.
Yep, and you guys are pretty close to the city now.
Mhm.
Like, you could probably see it off in the distance from here, you know?
Yeah. So, again, Stodgy's keeping lookout behind us, making sure nobody's coming after us.
Yep, right now he hasn't seen anything.
Okay. Right now, he hasn't seen anything. My DM senses are tingling.
I didn't say anything. I'm not in your zone of truth. What are you talking about?
All right, so I think we just go back to our manor, our base.
Mhm.
Snap. What's the guy? The guy we left in charge. I'm blanking on his name.
Say that again?
The guy that we left in charge. Like, hey, watch things while we're gone.
Oh yeah, what was his name? Wasn't it? No, it wasn't Toblin. I'm trying to find my book.
Was it Sildar?
It was Sildar. I can't remember his last name, but he was the one in charge of that order.
The other order. Yeah. Sildar. Okay, I got it.
Sildar something. Something water? No. Fantasy names are hard. Sildar Hall Winter. Water Winter.
I thought it was something winter.
Hall Winter.
Okay. So.
No, it was Darren Endermath.
Darren
Endermath. Sildar is a member of the Lord's Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Different person.
Right.
Darren Endermath.
Darren. Okay. So I'm going to, we all come back. It's been not even a day. And I'm going to find Sildar. I just said that. Darren.
We're both doing it. It's okay.
Find Darren and say, kind of just pull him off to the side, give him the rundown of what happened. Tell him that these dragons may be coming after us, coming after me and my sword. I'm not about to let them have such a powerful artifact because they're already terrifying. And there are 20 and so of them. So train our recruits as hard as we can. We need as many of them in fighting shape as quickly as possible.
So he breathes deep, turns around, looks at the trainees, and says, "Guess what? Hey, you's going to be training all of you a lot harder from now on. Buckle up. You go to sleep right now. You're going to need it." Then you see, like, most of them, like, kind of scamper to their feet and run into the mansion or the manor, and then one of them tries to push himself up. He's tired. He just kind of slumps over to it, but he makes it in. And then on his way in, a puppy monkey baby is slowly following him, and it looks like he's sneaking up behind him as the door closes behind it. That's the one he keeps on picking on mostly.
Gotcha.
He's the tired one.
All right. So Darren knows what's up. We're working on the trainees. I'm going to tell... I'm going to ask KU to make a run to the monastery, because it's not super far away, right?
No, a few hours.
Okay.
It's just north in that forest area. There's a mountain that goes up.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have KU make a run to the monastery and, kind of report to the old one, tell him, hey, there's these dragons and might be causing problems. and so we might be calling for some help at some point in the future, and just to kind of give him a heads up.
Okay, and hey, you, inside his brain, he interprets that as, go get help from everybody, we need them right now. Come down now. Big dragon, we're going to go fight it. That's exactly how he heard that message.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks very proud. He says, I got it, I heard every word. I will go get help right now.
When he says, I'll go get help right now, would you allow me to roll an insight check?
Sure, see how much of his very proud face you can read. I'm going to say it's a DC 15 to see if you can read that face, because he doesn't show much expression on it other than that.
Dice went halfway across the floor. Okay, that's that on the dice. Plus my insight, which is a +0.
Perfect.
So that's an 11.
You believe him completely, and believe that he heard every word you said.
Okay, so, yeah.
That's about it. Okay, so he's proud. He turns around instead of going in, and just starts walking toward the mountain.
Okay.
So he starts going into a jog as he gets farther down the street, and then he starts going into a full-on sprint.
Right. Probably using key points to dash for no apparent reason.
Yep. You hear kind of a boom sound as he uses the key point as he's exited the town. Because he has actually a crap ton of those by now, I think. Key points are something he does have a lot of. He has 14 key points.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he didn't use any today, so. Yep. Okay. Just 14 key points. Okay. So he is off to the mountain. He'll probably be there pretty soon. And you guys are going on in, resting, going eat. What you doing? Where are you going in this town? It's still mid-afternoon.
Yeah, it's still mid-afternoon. You know what? Let's go see Shadeleaf.
Awesome. So you guys walk over and you see this massive dragon. Her shop was the black dragon, right? You guys ate the blue? No, it was the other way around. The blue.
No. We've been eating the blue.
The blue is the one you eat? Okay, so she has the black dragon as her shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always mix it up. You guys walk up, and then you, as you enter into the mountain.
Dragon scale armor.
What?
Off of the one that we have the blue armor off of the one that we've been eating.
Mm-hmm. And then as you walking up, you kind of feel the sound of a clink on the ground before you enter, and then the ground goes down just about an inch, and then the fire shoots up on both sides of you.
She worked out a pressure plate.
Oh, and you didn't hear the scampering this time. And then as you continue walking in, the plate didn't go back up, and the fire's still going. So then you hear an from the back. As she just kind of runs on the sides, tries to get past you guys, says, I'll fix this. This is something, I don't need to sleep. I'll fix this. And then she just kind of smacks it with a hammer real quick. It pops back up.
Okay.
Fire cuts off.
Nice.
Like, I'm trying something new. I'm tired of running around, but it looks so cool.
Oh, sure.
So
the effect is great.
She runs back over to her counter, climbs up the ladder, and sits on the top, being the full 3 feet she is. Says, so how was the dragon? Did you bring me a head? Are you feeling ahead of yourselves today?
No, we kept our heads cool this time in an odd switch.
What color dragon was this one?
It was green, and there were more than 20 of them.
Oh, you can bring me a lot of a lot of delightful tools for my crafting here. All humane, of
yeah.
course. Just make sure you smash their faces in.
Speaking of smashing their
Very
faces
humanely.
do you remember that one fight we were in where you were in the bag on Heiyu's back and you were just throwing out things that kind of exploded?
Oh, yes. I can make a nice explosive potion pretty quickly.
Okay. How about some really big ones?
And then she breathes in really deeply. How big do you need it to be? How much do you need to take out of town?
Not quite a town.
Is it this town? Should I move?
No.
She looks around at her stuff real quick. Where's my bag?
Okay, so there's a dwarven stronghold city town that's overrun by green dragons.
Dwarf's town, so he's abandoned it and he wants you to destroy everything.
We need to get rid of the dragons.
Oh.
So we need several explosions that could at least damage, if not outright, decease some of these dragons. The ones we saw, that there's a lot of them, aren't so big, maybe about the size of a wagon.
Oh, so they're relatively young then, I think, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then I can probably whip up something that can at least injure several dragons. Just, I'll see what kind of range I can make up. You might have to throw them out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this would be fun. Or maybe you can send your little friend there to drop them.
Oh, she's looking at Stati.
Yeah.
That is a great idea. I love the way your foul little mind works. Okay. So, if you need any ingredients, any kind of materials for this, let me know. We'll make it happen.
Bring me massive glass containers.
Massive glass containers.
Bottles,
okay.
flasks, I don't care. Just bring me a lot.
So, what are we talking? Like gallon-sized jugs?
Yeah, pretty much gallon size. Like, a normal flask, like you'd have a small vial, then you'd have a little flask.
Mm-hmm.
Normally they don't have anything that's like gallon sized.
Right. So we need to find a glass maker.
Several gallon sized things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. My map can only find specific things, specific people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I say, like, where's a gallon-sized glass jar, it
wouldn't
won't
tell
do
you
it.
anything because it's looking for people. Like, you see,
Okay.
where is so-and-so?
Yeah, it'll be like people or a named item, like the Wand of Orcus or something.
She says, now I know Toblin might know where you can get jars. He makes
Mhm.
a lot of our happy morning wake up juice.
He does. That's some good
So
stuff.
he might know where people make things out of glass. I don't know.
All right, looks like we're going to see Toblin. Do you need anything else? Any materials? Like, do you have enough goo for your potions? Or I don't know how that all works.
I'm sitting inside a very large dragon. I have a lot of stuff stockpiled here. A lot of
Fair point.
very dangerous, let's say slightly volatile concoctions in the back. You've only seen down to the neck. The rest is not safe for everybody.
And
Just
Hook just kind of
don't
looks at
tell
her.
the mayor.
Hook just looks at her straight face and says, "I believe you." All right, so we're gonna go see Toblin. Yeah, we'll be in touch.
Sounds good, and just so you know, everything's up to code. Looks around. And her hands are just folded quietly.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
Come back
I'll
to
just
get
be like,
your weapons of death.
All right. So yeah, we exit the dragon shop and we go talk to Toblin.
Okay. Turn this down. Okay, so when you see Toblin, he says, "Oh, you're all back. Welcome back, everyone. You ready for your meal? You want me to get you some dragon steaks? I still have a few left in the back."
Yeah, absolutely. And also, while you're here, don't run away yet. Um,
I caught him as he was kind
and
of.
you know, who is your supplier for your glass jars that you get?
Oh, actually, there's a village nearby that has a smith for it. That actually has someone that works on different kinds of glasswork. That's where we got our windows repaired too.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, they're all very strange people. They're working all the time, but I don't know what's with them. They're farmers or something.
Of course it is. And they were off to the east, right?
Yes, they were. They were closer over to the ocean. Like, not quite all the way to the ocean, just a little bit inland from that, but by the road.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're more to the west from Phandalin.
No, they're over to the east. You're not all. Vandalin's not all the way to the ocean. There's a road
No, I
that's
know.
farther over to that.
So, like,
It's like a
here's
It's like
Phandalin,
a
here's
couple mile area from that road to the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a
So,
mile or
here's
two.
Phandalin, here's the ocean, here's the village.
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm gonna say like,
they're just right off that main road.
yeah. Hook's gonna kind of raise an eyebrow and be like, "Do they all have very strange beards and black hats?"
Oh yes, they do, and it's kind of creepy the way they talk to you. And just keep telling them no and thank you very much, and tell them to have a fantastic day. And they're working hard, and they'll hopefully leave you alone. I don't know. It took a little while, but after they like money, so everyone likes money. I gave them some barrels, and they were happy about that, and they just traded me for that.
They traded you barrels?
Well, who else is going to give them some barrels? I don't know. They wanted some supplies. I gave them something.
Okay.
It was a good trade. They were asking animals, but I didn't have any. That were alive, at least. They didn't want burgers. I don't know what's wrong with them. They didn't want dragon steak. They just thought it was some kind of weird abomination.
Well, it's a delicious abomination.
Delicious abomination. I'm never going to eat anything again. That's why we're running a little bit low. But if you ever find any more dragons, I'll pay for it. We've been making a lot of money from it.
All right. We actually have a line on a cave full of dragons. That's why we need to find the last guy. It's a long story. But could you take some dragon steak, maybe put like with some cheese with it, and put it in between some bread? Because we got to go.
Oh, this sounds perfect. Yeah, I'll definitely get some of that ready right now. I'll just get it in some containers for you.
Oh, fantastic.
And then he just kind of races off to the back and gets parchment and then wraps everything all nice up in it. And kind of like in Lord of the Rings, how they wrapped up the llama's bread.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like that. Or I guess that was the leaf wrappings, huh?
Yeah. But it's paper.
Yep.
Or, you
Kind
know,
of like
some
a
kind
thick
of
paper.
wrapping. Yeah. All right. So we take our dragon steak sandwiches and...
And it smells really good. You're kind of relieved. I would assume that you're relieved that Heyu's not sitting right there to be tempted to eat those.
So it's still like mid-afternoon, right?
Yeah, it's still mid-afternoon. It's not very late.
Yeah.
Like, it's only like 3 p.m.
And how long would it take to get to the Amish village, for lack of a better word?
I can just look at the mileage. Oh, there we go. It's actually right on that page. Okay. So from where you guys are, that's like 10 miles away. Okay. I'd say it'd take maybe like, if you're walking, maybe like 2 hours or so.
Okay.
Because you guys walk at a pretty good pace by now.
Yeah.
You walked very far distances.
What if we were on horseback?
So probably get there in a couple hours because you have horses now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I can spend 10 minutes, find steed, boom, done, we're gone. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll use my find steed spend 10 minutes, do the ritual, summon the horse, and then we are going to head straight to the Amish village.
Okay. So you.
Oh wait, before we do that, I need to ask Toblin the guy's name, the actual glassmaker.
Oh, you want a name? Okay, you just ask for Smithy. They'll know who you're talking about. Because his name is Smithy, and it's just a weird thing that his parents named him. Maybe they're not very creative people. They don't seem to have much social life or freedom outside of their work, so maybe they all have very non-original names.
So if his name is Smithy and they're not a creative people...
No, they're just
then how do
very
they
hard
create-
workers, though. They're the most dedicated people I've seen. I don't know if they actually sleep. I've never been there when they've been asleep or sitting down. I've never seen a chair.
I bet they could make a good chair.
Oh, I bet they'd make the best chairs, but I don't know. You might have to describe what a chair is, because I don't think I've ever seen one there.
All right. Well, thanks, Toblin. Thanks for these food things that I thought up just now. We'll have to come up with a name for them. And, yeah, we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Safe travels. And did you want to bring a chair? Because I don't think they have any.
We'll work it out later. I'm focused on the glass right now.
Okay. So he just gets back to work, starts carrying over drinks to some of the people, and then you see the pair of hands carrying over drinks.
Mhm.
To some other tables in there, and he still has a line. It's not as big as the line was in the morning time. It's kind of died down a little bit by the afternoon.
Sure.
Yeah, but people are still going in for steaks. And then you have, he's kind of made a separate line almost or just a separate sideline for his coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people have kind of gotten addicted to it.
And there's still the whole conveyor belt system going to...
Oh, yes. Every batch, he just kind of feeds them one into it every time. Yeah, there's just an autumn. He has like a small factory for that by now. It's just set up.
All right.
It would almost be concerning to find out how much he actually sleeps.
Or how much gold he's raking in.
Right? Yeah, he's raked in some gold. That's why he said he could pay handsomely for dragons.
I don't think we've ever actually paid for a meal there.
No, you've saved everybody several times. He doesn't really charge you guys.
Oh, sure.
You've paid for a couple meals in the very, very beginning. I think you only paid for one meal.
Yeah, I think we paid for
Your first
a
meal.
meal, and then dragons crashed through the ceiling.
Yep. That was the only time you actually stopped to eat anything there. And then you guys are just eating there a lot, and he's just let you eat there for free.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, yeah, we head to the Amish village.
Okay. So you guys head over there, and on the road there, nothing really exciting has been happening.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're getting closer, you can kind of see the village in the distance, and you do see people going back and forth inside it. Just nobody's stopped at all, and everybody appears to be doing something.
Okay.
People in fields tilling the ground, plowing fields, carrying barrels of things.
Mm-hmm.
Basic Amish life.
Okay.
Yep. And we're gonna.
So,
I was gonna say
so
we're
we
probably
ran
gonna
in-
end up calling this session right there because I still got a few things I gotta do here at the house.
boo.
But I'm free tomorrow.
All right.
If you're free, same
I'll be
time.
here. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Sweet mercy. So it's gonna be good. That whole dragon situation took a turn I didn't expect, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Now we're going Lord of the Rings on this. So this is gonna be fun to plan.
Part Lord of the Rings, part Season 3 MBH.
Oh, sweet mercy. That's like the best show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they need to release a comic or something.
They need to release more episodes.
Oh yeah, they do. It's too bad Jeremy's not going to be there for the new season.
Yeah.
That's a little bit heartbreaking, but I understand because it takes a lot of dedication.
Mm-hmm. And didn't he just have a baby?
I think so. No.
Yeah.
The DM had a baby. Paul had a baby.
No, No, it was Jeremy.
Jeremy had one also? I remember I was following him on Discord. I talked to them, and I know Paul just had one.
Oh, well, that's something I didn't know, but I know that when they were talking about, oh, Jeremy's not going to be in the next season, it's because he just had a baby.
So a couple of them had a baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we might be waiting a couple minutes for new episodes.
Well, for Paul, this is the second kid, so it's not like a new thing.
Sure.
Still no sleep, but
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe in the future there'll be little players on the channel.
Hey, no sleep means more time for editing.
Exactly. He doesn't need sleep anyways. Yep, I'm just too lazy to try and edit things to that quality level. Which means everything they're going to hear from this is vanilla. That's why I have a mixing board. I just got to work on my voices and remembering old people's voices. Like when you went to talk to the map maker, I was like, oh crap, what was his voice?
I remember that.
Because he was like one of the first people you ever talked to in Rumplebottom.
And you had forgotten that we sent him up to the monastery.
I did. He was just a second thought. Like he was gone. That NPC has disappeared because he's not in the main quest. And then you're like, oh, is he there? Crap, he is. What was his voice? What was his name? DM panic.
I didn't want him to see me with the thing that I stole from him and then told him, oh, don't worry about it.
You definitely stole that map from him.
I mean, he was going to give it to us anyway, so...
Technically, you did do something about the Lich.
Yeah.
You just kind of banished him to a different plane. Pushed him back into it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pushed him through a portal and turned the portal off.
Yep, basically just turned off that encounter.
How to defeat a Lich at level 3.
Just surprise push him and then break the thing. It worked well. But yeah, this was fun. I think we needed this.
I definitely needed this.
I'm going to do the outro real quick for the recording part so I can stop that. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just keep tuned because I'm going to keep recording them every time we play so you can just see the whole playthrough of this time. So, hopefully this campaign will run as long and as successfully as the last one. And maybe I'll kill them during this one. We'll just have to find out how this plays out. Okay, bye.